Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. I hate salespeople. There, I said it. Welcome to That Business Trainer, where we believe there's a better way to sell. I'm Brian, and we like to sell without all the macho BS and hype, the rah rah that continues to be pushed on sales teams. Look, when I say I hate salespeople, I mean bad salespeople, stereotypical salespeople, the kind that phone me all the time, pushy, talkative. They don't really have skills, and it shows. What you can tell is they want to close the deal really badly. You can feel it. You can feel the desperation. You can hear it in every cheesy thing they do and say. The reality is this: introverts, those quiet, shy, reserved types, typically beat extroverts, the loudmouth, smooth talking sales guy, almost every time. I've seen it all across the globe, in near every state in the US, and abroad where I live now. I've never been the loudest in the room. I never wanted to be. I did always want to be number one, always. I'm not the guy who dominates conversations. I'm not naturally outgoing. I've always preferred thinking before I speak. So when I found myself in sales, I assumed that I was in the wrong place. Everything I've been told, every book, every manager, every example suggested that to be good at sales, I needed to be more talkative, more extroverted, more confident, louder. And for a while, I think I might have believed that until I didn't. Because the truth of the matter is, not only can quiet people succeed in sales, but they can become the best in the room. I know that's exactly what happened to me. I'd like to share how I became the top performer in every company I've worked for. That's what this series is about. Without being the loudest, the flashiest, or the most persuasive person in the room. And I definitely did it without memorizing tons of scripts and having robotic, dumb conversations, asking questions that put people on the defensive, or it sounds like I'm interrogating. None of that. So if you're thoughtful, if you're calm, maybe you're a little introverted, this might be exactly what you need to hear. Let's start at the beginning. So my first sales job was very intimidating, surrounded by people who were confident, quick-witted, fearless, in person and on the phone, have easy conversations, can do chit chat. Does this sound like you, or where you may have been? They improvise constantly. They crack jokes with clients. They always seem to know what to say. Meanwhile, I was rehearsing every call in my head, worried I didn't have the personality for it. And yet, over time, something started happening. The more I focused on not talking, the more I focused on listening, the more I focused on being curious, the more I asked thoughtful questions instead of delivering pitches or having a list of questions that I needed to get through, the more my numbers started climbing. Until one day I realized I was at the top of the leaderboard. And I've never looked back since, across multiple industries, industries that I knew nothing about. We'll get to that in the future about how product knowledge is maybe holding you back. So, what did I do differently? Well, there's three big shifts that really changed everything. Shift number one: I stopped trying to impress people. I didn't care about impressing the team, I didn't care about impressing the person on the phone. Most salespeople I heard were leading with, here's why we're great. Our product's the best. And if you give me long enough, I'll tell you why. I started with, and I tend to still start with this these days, with I'm not sure if we're the right fit. I'm not sure if we're what you're looking for. I'm not sure being the phrase that's consistent with it. But if you tell me a bit about what's going on, I'll see if I can help. Great phrase. Try it today with your clients. Hey, I'm not sure if this is going to be right for you. Let's have a little conversation, see what's happening. I'll let you know if I can help you. That is such a powerful statement that I don't see getting used a lot. I do see a lot of people trying something similar, but they're really manipulative in what they're doing. I come through with this authenticity of I'm really not sure. I don't care if we close or not. I'm not looking to pitch you on my solution. I just want to have a little conversation. At the end of it, we can figure out together. Sometimes I'll even say that, hey, at the end of it, we can figure out together where we should go next. That one sentence, I'm not sure if we're the right fit, but if you can tell me a bit about what's going on, I'll see if I can help, or we can decide together where to go from here. It builds trust instantly. Shift number 2, I built a framework and realized adopting a framework instead of relying on scripts was going to help me forever. It also allowed me to join organizations who had sales processes, and I can hang any sales process on it. No sales manager was ever going to say, hey, that's a bad framework. It works. And so I can adopt and adapt what they're doing and still use my framework. I used to panic when calls went off script, and now I follow this framework. Inside that framework, I love SAGE. Start anywhere, go everywhere, SAGE. But as I've said lots of times, you need to know where everywhere is, and that's where the framework helps. Not lots of memorizing, not checklists and getting through and gridding out a customer. That doesn't happen in the real world. I like flexible. I like something that's repeatable. I like simple. I'll take easy, but I'll take simple, and built for real conversations. I don't have idle conversations and chit chat with clients. I have structured conversations that feel very natural. And shift number 3, I let the buyer do most of the talking. Now, you may have heard that lots of times, let the buyer do most of the talking. I made sure in calls, I made sure if we were face to face that I spoke less and listened more. As a matter of fact, when I coach sales managers or do training for sales teams, the number one thing that sales managers wish their people would do is talk less. Not have more product knowledge, not make more calls, talk less. And my personal rule on that, which I can't remember even where I learned now, was 1 point, 1 pause, 1 question. If you are going to say something to the client, you make your point, you wait to let them digest it, and ask a question about that, and then just shut up. And what I found is it worked. So what happened next? I became the top salesperson. I became the top salesperson at multiple companies. I became the top salesperson at multiple companies in multiple industries across the globe. Not because I'm loud, extroverted, excitable, rah-rah. I didn't even have to really change who I was. I just needed this system, a system that would fit with who I am. So if you've ever felt like sales wasn't made for you, or maybe the version you were shown just wasn't, or you think, I'm never going to be like those guys, okay, you're probably right. Don't be like them. Sales can be structured without being stiff, without being robotic. Sales can be calm. Sales can be measured. Sales can be your strength. Sales has allowed me to provide for my family and to work all over the country and abroad. So, if you'd like to know more, while we're here, subscribe for more videos. Check any links below to download frameworks as they become available, or to apply for one of our workshops. If the link is there and active, the workshop's open. If it's not, there isn't one running that you can access. And we are going to add a couple more. You don't have to change your personality to succeed in sales. You do need a better process and a better framework. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, where we're going to talk about why BANT, B-A-N-T, Budget Authority Needs Timing, which many of us got taught sucks, and what to do instead, and why I never want to know the budget. Until next time.